guys, this is Edo Ninja Storm HD, and today this is going to be a very important topic that'll be discussed in this video. And I'm sure y'all can tell in my fucking thumbnail and the fucking video title. But anyway, speaking of the video title, I actually have a special guest who is a speedrunner, and I invited him here today to talk about this with me. Please introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Kyeblade13, but some of you may know me as just Kye. I'm super excited to be doing a collab with Edo today, and this is something we're both concerned about with Kingdom Hearts 3, so I'm very happy to be here to discuss this with him.
Alright, now before we dive into this, we want to make this very clear that we are not bashing on Kingdom Hearts 3's hype or in general at all. We are simply just trying to point out some of the things we have noticed that can lead to a bad end when it comes to its gameplay. We just wanted to make sure it lives up to its title and the gameplay won't be a disappointment.
First off, just to show that we aren't completely hating on the gameplay, let's talk a little bit about the things that we feel are taking a step in the right direction in terms of mechanics and gameplay. First of all, the gameplay in general looks very fast and fluid. Combos seem to come out quickly compared to Kingdom Hearts 2, similar to that game. And there isn't a lot of delay in between attacks like there was in Birth by Sleep or Dream Drop Distance.
In addition to that, the attack cancellation in this game seems to be performing very smooth and not clunky, so it's definitely meeting up to the numbered standard games. Dodge rolling out of attacks is one example, as you are seeing right now. It also seems like you can possibly guard right after that too, but it remains unconfirmed for right now. For example, in Dream Drop Distance, you have the Ars Arcana ability that has appeared in multiple games before. However, unlike the other games, here you can see that you don't have that invincibility while using it, which allows you to be damaged during it or even die while using it. Here's a clip to show you what I mean.
Another thing that is looking good is the movement. It looks fairly fluent and not as floaty as games like 0.2 or Birth by Sleep. The combat is also looking fluid as mentioned before, so overall the speed of combat is looking more like that of Kingdom Hearts 2, which is a big relief.
Now that may be good and all, right? However, we need to discuss the flaws that still concerns us, so please try to keep an open mind as we lay them on the video. The first issue I'd like to address is the damage output scaling. It is still looking like Birth by Sleep scaling when you first played the game. The damage scaling in Kingdom Hearts 0.2 was perfect and met up with the standards of the numbered games, so I hope there are no changes to that. It could be possible that they have downgraded the damage output to showcase the abilities, or they still have not worked on it yet. We want to be reassured that everything will be at an equal balance.
On top of that, while the gameplay seems to be fast-paced, there are many quick-time events that show up in the new trailer and even some of the older trailers as well. Too many of these could slow down the pace of the combat, and if they aren't balanced and are too easy to unlock, it could mean for balancing issues or players being able to spam these abilities, as you can see here in this clip. Sora casts one Thundaga on these enemies, and immediately it gives him the ability to use Thundaza. Now, one could argue that there are just a lot of enemies in this particular section, and that's why he was able to get it so easily, but it's safe to assume that there will be more sections with large amounts of enemies in the game, and being able to get abilities like this so easily in these sections could be problematic.
Everything that is being showcased is visually pleasing and awesome to see, but I want to take a step back and think about this carefully. Having the freedom to have options is what's highly needed. What I'm concerned about is the quantity of options, because I do not want some of those options to rule out as better overall than the others. If those options can be used strategically, no matter how overpowered it looks, like how you would use Drive Forms in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, then my worries would be running thin as air.
One of the options in the game are the Keyblade transformations. So far, it seems like there are 2 Keyblade transformations per Keyblade, which already seems alarming because just think about how many Keyblades are in a game like Kingdom Hearts 1 or Kingdom Hearts 2. If we're going under the assumption that a similar amount is in Kingdom Hearts 3, going by the idea that there are 2 transformations per Keyblade, that's twice as many transformations as there are Keyblades in the game, which is a whole lot. Not only that, but if you look at this screenshot, notice how Sora is able to swap into the Drill Punch transformation while he is already in the Hyper Hammer transformation. Judging by this, it looks as if you can swap to the second Keyblade transformation for whatever Keyblade you're currently using while you're already in the first one, which leads me to believe you might actually be able to swap back and forth between transformations. That's a lot of options for just one mechanic in the game. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about having multiple options to approach a situation. I mean, just look at Kingdom Hearts 2. But there are too many here in my opinion. And keep in mind, this game isn't even out yet. We don't know if all these options will be balanced in the final game.
Moving forward of what we are concerned with, the next thing I want to talk about is the return of flow motion in Kingdom Hearts 3. Do not get me wrong, I don't have an issue of flow motion coming back to Kingdom Hearts 3, but I will if it's not done right. I'm not worried about the fluidity of it since it seems to be performing very well. However, I don't want it to be the only thing relied on in the combat style like in Dream Drop Distance. I don't want it to be the primary element of exploring worlds. If it's a quick little shortcut to another area, that's fine, but not heavily relied on. In Kingdom Hearts 1, I would love to go back to worlds to explore new areas I wouldn't be able to get to when I first arrived, and having flow motion be the primary way you get around will take that experience away. Speaking of flow, I also want to have a quick look over attraction flow. Don't be mistaken, I love how attraction flow is in this game. I think it's a great concept that they are implementing. Unfortunately, I am stressed out about that as well. You can utilize attraction flow abilities in all worlds, though it is stated it'll be a surprise of what type of environment you are surrounded with when you activate it. But I hope it's not a combat style that you can just simply abuse. It would be extremely unbalanced.
Lastly, as a whole, they seem to be trying to implement every core mechanic from each of the main titles, such as flow motion, a diving mechanic similar to Dream Drop Distance, summons or possibly links as seen in the trailers. Keyblade transformations are similar to that of drive forms in Kingdom Hearts 2, and shot locks like in Birth by Sleep. On their own, all of these elements are fine. They add something special to the games, and seeing them all in Kingdom Hearts 3 is great. However, it all comes down to how they play in the game. Flow motion is great, but will it be abusable and take away the exploration elements that were in Kingdom Hearts 1? Shot locks are fun to use in Birth by Sleep, but some of them were overpowered in that game, and I'm hoping the same isn't true for this game. Summons were really fun to use and made combat more interesting, but could one summon be considered overpowered compared to the rest? Diving was a thing you could do in Dream Drop Distance. Faster! All of these mechanics could be great on their own, but how will they work together? Could one completely overpower the rest? And trust me, we all know how that could turn out. Most importantly though, how fun will they all be? The gameplay in the trailer so far looks great, but will it actually be fun to play when the game actually releases? That's my main concern, and all we can really do is hope that they deliver a fun and balanced experience for all of them.
Now that is something to think about in the meantime until further development and when everything is finalized. This is the year it comes out, so hopefully everyone who is working on Kingdom Hearts 3 can execute this correctly. That sums up everything that we've gone over in this video. Please tell us, what are your thoughts in regards to the matters we spoke of here in this video? Comment down below, like this video, please share this video. It would be highly appreciated by the both of us. And if you like what you see here so far in this video, join the Storm Clansmen today by hitting the subscribe button. I also want to personally thank Kye for joining me here in this video today. Please check out his Twitch channel. He does some sweet speedruns of the Kingdom Hearts games. And if you wish to receive updates regarding of our next streams, projects, and more, hit us with that follow button on Twitter at EdoNinjaStormHD and Kyeblade13. This is EdoNinjaStormHD.
I'm Kye.
And we're signing out. Later.